Hey guys, welcome back to OttoEx, a channel where we feature some of the most unusual and rare and unique vehicles on YouTube. Today in front of me, we have another Toyota Hilux. This is an LN106 Hilux, which means solid front axle. It is the double cab short bed configuration with a 3L diesel engine, which is the 2.8 liter diesel engine from Toyota. It's the more desirable and reliable package. It's the same one that was used on a numerous amount of shows to prove these trucks' reliability and longevity. They're harder and harder to find every day because they're getting older and Toyota doesn't make them anymore, unfortunately. This one is a true survivor. I really question how it managed to get on this long with so little use and remain in such good condition, because almost all of these trucks by now are used up to some degree. They display wear and tear. They are pickup trucks. And while we use so many double cab pickup trucks here in America to drive to the mall and go to Costco, in other countries where these were sold, these things were used for work, and they were worked hard because they can work hard and they last. This one somehow didn't get worked hard. It is the survivor. I don't know how else to put it. In this video, we're gonna get into why. We're gonna go over the features of this truck, exterior, interior, and we're gonna even take it for a drive. So come along with me as we look into this 1990 Toyota Hilux pickup. This one is finished in the original paint scheme of a metallic gray. It wears its original coat of paint so well. As you can see, there is no patina, no clear coat failure anywhere on the hood. The roof is looking great. There is no rust or significant body damage anywhere on this truck. It is just in fantastic condition. Along the windows, we've got front factory Toyota rain visors, the extra big kind, so you can roll your window down and get ventilation during rain. The original 15-inch steel wheels are still at all four corners of this truck. You'll notice up front we have the classic Toyota ASIN locking hubs. Twist it to lock on both sides before you engage your four-wheel drive. This denotes a part-time four-wheel drive system, so when you don't have these engaged, your truck is a rear-wheel drive truck, and when you have them engaged, you've got a four-wheel drive system with a high and low range. Factory aluminum running boards from Toyota. The bed is even in fantastic shape. Take a look at this bed. It's almost as if it had never been used. And we didn't repaint this or refinish it or anything. This is how it came to us from its one owner in Japan. All the original decals are still here on the tailgate. Likely the dealer sticker here, Yamashita Agency. The mud flaps are in great shape. Just phenomenal condition on this truck. These things were built like tanks. Leaf springs, front and back, a live axle up front. So underneath, you'll see that solid axle. These did come in two variants. In fact, the ones we got here after 1985 were all independent front suspension. And they were sold abroad in in 2 flavors, the live axle setup like this one or the IFS, independent front suspension setup. Many folks prefer the live axle as it is just more of a rugged setup. You don't have to worry about clearance issues. The whole axle moves with the wheel as you're going over obstacles. And it's just a more desirable setup for off-road and utility use. Let's take a look inside the front passenger side. Tried and true door cards present really, really nicely on this example, as well as the cloth factory seats. Everything inside here is pretty much like new. It even smells like new. If you guys have been looking for one of these and you're looking for an example that's as close to showroom new as you can get on a truck from 1990 or 1991 in 2024 when we're filming this, this is the one. I'm sure there are a few other ones out there floating around in the world, but this is one we're presenting it for sale today. Reluctantly so, because I just know we're not going to find another one of these in quite this condition. Driver's side, equally clean door card. Your power mirror switches are there. It is roll down windows at all 4 doors. What a clean interior. Even the steering wheel doesn't really have any signs of wear or discoloration. So if I step inside, I can look at a little bit more of the controls up here. Although I'm sure it's really nothing new to you guys if you're watching this video. Standard climate controls, you've got AC, which works phenomenally. Cup holder up here. You've got your shift lever, 5-speed. Transfer case lever, J shift. I mean, even these center console pieces aren't scuffed up at all. Got a double layer storage system here. And your gauge cluster in the front. This truck only has 91,000 original kilometers. That's somewhere to the tune of 50,000 miles, 52,000 miles or so. Just kind of converting on a whim here. And it certainly feels like it. It feels like a lightly used 50,000 mile vehicle. It's just really well taken care of. There's a dash cam that was installed here by the previous owner. All of that works. You've got your instructions up here for engaging 4-wheel drive. In Japanese, of course, because this is a Japanese model that was sold new in Japan in 1990. Let's take a look at the second row. Clean. So this pulls forward. So you have some minimal storage back here. And your bottle jack. Everything is just so clean. I mean, even these trim scuff plates, the carpet, it's just unheard of in a Hilux, especially in a Hilux. Because these were just bought to do work and to get work done. This one escaped time. And just so cool to see it in person. And we work on interesting vehicles every day of the week, but this is stand out. Because this is the one type of vehicle where you just don't find it in this type of condition. All right, so I've got the key here. Why don't we start it up?
An e-gift card of your choice for every Milgard vinyl window and door.
So there it is. It's just fires right up. These engines are super reliable. It's a 3L engine, fully mechanical, diesel engine. It is built to go and go and go. There's no electronics, no computers, nothing to go bad. Why don't I hop in the second row? You guys might be wondering, some of you might be wondering how is the leg room and the space back here. So let's do that. Ample space, and I actually think that this seat is, yeah, it's definitely back a little bit more than you'd normally have it, but you know, I'm like 6 foot and I'm comfortable in here. Plenty of headroom, actually, quite a bit. Like probably this much headroom above my head. And, you know, this feels like a new truck. If you were looking for something from 1990 and maybe you wish you had a time machine to go back and buy one and put it in storage or something like that, well, here it is. Here's the one that you did that with. That's, I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, why don't we drive it? I think I've shown you guys around the truck enough to get the idea. And we can take it for a cruise. These Hilexes have a lot of the similar underpinnings as a Land Cruiser, being that it is leaf sprung front and back, live axle, as such they feel very stout, very solid. That's the best way to describe driving one of these. They're also a really good footprint. They're not too big. As we all know, modern trucks have become really big and bulky and clunky, and they're small trucks compared to modern day trucks, but they have a lot of the same utility and features, and so far as drivetrain reliability, maybe even better. I'm not going to argue that these may last a little bit longer than a modern truck with all sorts of computers and things hooked up to it. The engine puts down the power. It doesn't feel underpowered on this chassis. Keep in mind, Toyota used this same 3L diesel engine to power much bigger vehicles. Toyota Dynas, high-ace cab-over trucks with full camper chassis built on them. We're talking 5,000-6,000 pound rigs. And we're just sitting in a little 3,000 something pound pickup truck. So yeah, I mean, they used them in the high aces, which was, again, like a 45 to 5,000 pound van. So this thing moves along really well. It doesn't feel sluggish. No rattles or creaks or anything. It's just sturdy and solid feeling. This truck was really well maintained by its owner in Japan. We have record of 2 timing belt changes, and keep in mind, you're supposed to do the timing belt every 100,000 kilometers or every 7 or 8 years. The most recent timing belt and water pump change on this truck was done 2 years ago at 85,000 kilometers, and there's only 91,000 on the odometer. So it's been regularly used, lightly used. It's like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 kilometers per year recently, and it's been maintained and upkept properly, which is what we like to see. Both the heat and the AC work well. The radio works well. It has a running dash cam, which works well. Everything works as it should. And there really isn't anything that's out of place. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today of this 1990 classic Toyota Hilux LN106. Check it out on our site, OttoEx, that's OttoEx.com. And we've always got more stuff like this, so stay tuned, subscribe if you'd like, ring the bell, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of this truck. Would you daily it? All right, thanks for watching, guys.